World leaders and the media are calling Russia's attack on Ukraine one of the most dangerous acts of war since World War II. With Russia possessing one of the largest militaries in the world, along with the largest stockpile of nuclear weapons, many are wondering, is this conflict a sign of end-time Bible prophecy? Is the end near? And is this the beginning of World War III? Here are 4 points, straight from the pages of the Bible, regarding Russia and its role in end-time Bible prophecy. Number 1. Russia's biblical origins. In order to recognize Bible prophecies about the Russian people, we need to understand who they are and where they come from. Many Bible scholars identify Rosh, Meshech, and Tubal as peoples from northern Russia. A large portion of modern-day Russians descend primarily from the ancient nations of Meshech and Tubal. These two ancient nations were named after two sons of Japheth, one of Noah's 3 sons. Some scholars also point out that the name for Russia's capital, Moscow, is derived from the Hebrew name Meshech. There is also evidence that some Ukrainians descend from another one of Japheth's sons, Madai, who was the father of the Medes. It is likely that modern-day Russians and Ukrainians share a common ancestry. For more detail regarding the origins of these nations, check out the in-depth article from Tomorrow's World, What's Ahead for Russia, by clicking the link here. Number 2. Will Russia play a part in end-time Bible prophecy? 3 key passages indicate that Russia will be part of an end-time juggernaut composed of Eastern nations. First, Daniel chapter 11 explains that, at the time of the end, the king of the south, a powerful group of nations south of Jerusalem in the African and Middle East region, shall attack him, and the king of the north, another powerful group of nations in Europe, shall come against him like a whirlwind, with chariots, horsemen, and many ships. And he shall enter the countries, overwhelm them, and pass through. He shall also enter the glorious land, and many countries shall be overthrown. Then in verse 44 we read, "But news from the east and the north shall trouble him. Therefore he shall go out with great fury to destroy and annihilate many." Second, Revelation 9, verses 13 through 16, reveals, "Then the 6th angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar which is before God, saying to the 6th angel who had the trumpet, Release the 4 angels who are bound at the great river Euphrates." So the 4 angels who had been prepared for the hour and day and month and year were released to kill 1/3 of mankind. Now the number of the army of the horsemen was 200 million. I heard the number of them. Third, Revelation 16 verse 12 says, "Then the 6th angel poured out his bowl on the great river Euphrates, and its water was dried up, so that the way of the kings from the east, a powerful group of nations east of the Euphrates River, might be prepared." These 3 passages, among others, reveal amazing details regarding end-time geopolitics. They show that while the great European superpower, the King of the North, is fighting another superpower from the south of Jerusalem, the King of the South, the King of the North will be troubled by news from the east and the north, meaning another superpower composed of countries to the east and north of Jerusalem and the Euphrates River. Then we see at the blowing of the 6th trumpet, an enormous army of 200 million gathers at the Euphrates River. Clearly, an army of this enormous size, with its location being east and north of the Euphrates River, is a strong indication that powerful nations with large populations will make up this army called the Kings of the East. Nations such as Iran, China, India, and Russia fit this description. A little while later in time, when an angel pours out the 6th bowl plague, the great Euphrates River miraculously dries up. This prepares the way for the army of 200 million strong and the kings of the east to press toward Jerusalem for the final climactic battle against the returning Jesus Christ and his armies. Number 3. Will Russia bring nuclear war? During these final battles among some of the strongest empires the world has ever seen, nuclear war will bring humanity to the brink of extinction, and Russia could play a key role. Revelation 9, verses 16 through 19 likely describes the use of nuclear weapons. Now the number of the army of the horsemen was 200 million. I heard the number of them, and thus I saw the horses in the vision. Those who sat on them had breastplates of fiery red, hyacinth blue, and sulfur yellow, and the heads of the horses were like the heads of lions, and out of their mouths came fire, smoke, and brimstone. By these 3 plagues 1/3 of mankind was killed, by the fire and the smoke and the brimstone which came out of their mouths. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails, for their tails are like serpents having heads, and they do harm with them. The description of fire, smoke, and brimstone indicates the use of terrible weapons. 1/3 of mankind will be killed by the destructive power of this army. Being the deadliest known weapons created by mankind so far, nuclear bombs and missiles may contribute to the cause of such death and destruction. Notably, it is the Russians who have tested the most devastating weapon in history. In 1961, during the Cold War, the Soviet Union tested a weapon called Tsar Bomba, that's Russian for King of Bombs. This was a thermonuclear bomb detonated over an island in the Arctic Ocean and was 3,800 times more powerful than the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima in World War II. It was the most powerful human-generated explosion ever recorded, and right now, Russia possesses more nuclear weapons than any other country in the world. Mankind's collective wickedness and advanced technologies will bring it to the literal brink of annihilation. Jesus prophesied this fact in Matthew 24, verses 21 through 22, when describing the events right before his second coming as the worst time since the world began. For there will be greater anguish than at any time since the world began, and it will never be so great again. In fact, unless that time of calamity is shortened, not a single person will survive. But it will be shortened for the sake of God's chosen ones. The return of Jesus Christ is mankind's only hope to survive its own wickedness and violence. Number 4, is the war between Russia and Ukraine the beginning of the end of the age? In short, no. While it may be a catalyst for the prophecies we've already mentioned, it is not the fulfillment of them. How do we know? Because other prophecies must come to pass first. The book of Revelation describes the sequence of end-time events beginning with the 4 horsemen. When comparing the 4 horsemen described in Revelation 6 with Jesus' prophecies in Matthew 24, we see that the first 4 major end-time events are a great revival of false Christianity led by an extremely influential Christian leader called the Antichrist, the emergence of a European political superpower led by a powerful political leader called the Beast, and famine and pestilence affecting much of the world. These events, symbolized by the 4 horsemen, will be extremely obvious because they will kill a fourth of mankind. The blowing of the 6th trumpet and the 6th bowl play, along with the end-time conflicts between the king of the north, the king of the south, and the kings of the east, will not occur until after the 4 horsemen begin their end-time ride. The Bible doesn't explain every detail regarding end-time prophecy, but it does outline the overall picture. We can see from the Bible that the current war between Russia and Ukraine, though very tragic and sobering, is not the final end of the age because several other events need to occur first. For example, the following end-time prophecies will continue to develop. The United States' economic, political, and military influence will continue to decline, coupled with its rapid decline in morality. The United Kingdom and its Commonwealth nations will trend in the same direction. There will arise an extremely powerful group of nations in Europe, led by Germany, modern-day Assyria. This superpower will be the end-time king of the North and will grow in animosity toward the United States and the UK and Commonwealth nations. There will arise a powerful group of nations south of Jerusalem, likely composed of some nations in the Middle East and Northern Africa, called the King of the South. Finally, Russia, China, India, Iran, and other Eastern nations will grow closer to one another, eventually forming the kings of the East and the 200 million man army. These prophecies and others will be fulfilled before the end of this age and the return of Jesus Christ. Jesus did say to his disciples, "Watch therefore, for you do not know what hour your Lord is coming." The specific hour is unknown, but he did give signs and said, "When you see all these things, know that it is near, at the doors." As Christians continue to watch for the end-time signs Jesus gave, they will know when the end is near. If you're new to this channel, we make these videos to explain Bible topics in an easy-to-understand way because we believe the Bible is the foundation of truth and everyone can benefit from it. So give us a like and help spread the word. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You'll find more of these and other videos covering different Bible topics. If you know someone who likes to hear the plain teachings of the Bible, please share. And if you want to learn more about the sequence of end-time events, watch our video, Revelation's End of the World Timeline Explained.